What would happen if you shut off the water source that waters your plants and trees? They would disintegrate, cease to exist, disappear like a needle in a haystack, be wiped out like a chalk drawing in the rain. You get the point. That is exactly what is happening in the crypto industry in the United States right now. In this video, you will learn about the importance of crypto-friendly banks, the catastrophic impacts of Silicon Valley Bank's failure, and how to adjust your investment strategy in this current landscape. An all-out attack on the cryptocurrency market has been underway for months now, but started gaining traction after the failure of FTX. From the SEC to the White House, the USA is on a mission to shut off the valve that waters our industry: banks. The water source attack, aka attack on crypto-friendly banks, began on January 3rd, 2023, when the Federal Reserve, OCC, and FDIC issued their joint statement titled Crypto Asset Risks to Banking Organizations. In the statement, they stopped short of telling banks not to service the crypto industry. To be more specific, they said, quote, "Based on the agency's current understanding and experience to date, the agencies believe that issuing or holding as principal crypto assets that are issued, stored, or transferred on an open, public, and/or decentralized network is highly likely to be inconsistent with safe and sound banking practices." A crypto deleveraging had already been underway a month prior to this joint statement, when Signature Bank, the last bank that was left willing to service crypto until a spiteful government takeover took place, announced their plans to reduce crypto-tied deposits by as much as $10 billion. Were they hearing rumors or being strong-armed? The joint statement came out less than 1 month after this decision. I digress. Adding fuel to the fire, Silvergate Capital Corp., the friendliest crypto-focused bank, announced on March 8th that it will wind down its operations and voluntarily liquidate after suffering significant losses dating back to November of 2022. An important facet of Silvergate was their Silvergate Exchange Network, which enabled round-the-clock transfers between investors and crypto exchanges, making it faster and more convenient than traditional bank wires. This is the equivalent of the largest payment processor in the traditional banking industry going bankrupt. An absence of traditional banks willing to serve as fiat on and off ramps will greatly hinder the growth and adoption of our industry. But what if I told you that's not even the worst of it? Silicon Valley Bank, aka SVB, the 16th largest bank in the United States, was taken over by the FDIC on Friday, March 11th, after news of insolvency and troubles at the bank crashed its stock price by more than 60%. Silicon Valley Bank isn't a bank that custodies or facilitates crypto payments. It serves a much more important purpose to the industry as a whole: funding. Venture capital firms like A16Z and Pantera Capital rely on banks to borrow money to invest in crypto projects. The bank that these two firms, along with dozens of others, relied on was Silicon Valley Bank. Over 50% of all checks that were cut came from SVB. Crypto projects get off the ground either via bootstrapping or VC/investment funding. A minute number bootstrap, which means a vast majority receive some sort of funding via investment rounds or VC capital injection. Some of your favorite projects have received funding from Silicon Valley Bank via VC firms like A16Z and Pantera Capital. These include Avalanche, Solana, Polygon, Polkadot, XRP, Uniswap, and much more. Would Avalanche have been possible without SVB? What about Polygon or Uniswap? There is a future project founder out there that will create something that will advance our industry forward and change the game, and now that may never come to fruition with the collapse of SVB and the coordinated attack on our industry. But the issue isn't just the fate of future projects, but it affects current top projects as well. Fundraising doesn't stop after an ICO. Just look at Polygon and Uniswap as great examples. Both raised money over the past few months, using that capital to expand and keep the lights on, especially during a bear market. The most recent example was Uniswap, which raised $165 million less than 5 months ago. Would Uniswap still be here if they were unsuccessful in raising money? Crypto detractors will say that the current happenings are the beginning of the end of cryptocurrencies and the industry. But to those people, I say not so fast. This fight is far from over. We have options and we always will. So, what do we do when someone destroys our water source? We build a new one. But building a new source will take time and a regime and/or narrative change. Here's what you can do in the meantime to stay safe. Do not keep your cryptocurrency stored on exchanges. That is literally the simplest thing you can do at the moment. Get yourself a hardware wallet like a Ledger and move all of your tokens into that wallet. If you are nervous or worried about holding a seed phrase or don't feel comfortable using a hardware wallet, download a mobile or desktop wallet like Trust Wallet on a new device. Also, with the current issues surrounding fiat on and off-ramp service providers, do not have money invested that you might need for living expenses or an emergency fund. If off-ramps are completely cut off via traditional bank, few options remain to convert your tokens to cash and withdraw into your bank account. One of those options is the two-way Bitcoin ATMs. Also, you should reevaluate your altcoin portfolio. Research which of your tokens raised money via VC funding over the past year. What's their longevity look like? Are they building partnerships? What do their tokenomics look like? If you're sitting on a token that is getting ready to have a big unlock, especially for the team or founders, expect a possible massive sell-off to access liquidity if the SVB fallout deepens. Ideally, you want to be in self-sustaining cryptos such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Cardano, and I only mention Cardano due to their lack of VC funding in the past. We've entered the fourth quarter. We've been beaten down and laughed at the entire game, but still, we're standing here down by only one touchdown. Our team has something the opposing side does not: fire, vision, and the stubborn desire to never quit. Even though the water source of our entire foundation is under attack and being destroyed, we will bounce back better. Or to quote the current president of the United States of America, we will build back better.